Hey everybody, welcome. This is Dr. Levi with your show, The Dr. Levi Show. Today is March 16th, 2016. It's going to be a great day. Today is, of course, the day before St. Patrick's Day. Uh, Amazing day. Of course, I had some friends who sent me some emails who also went to Notre Dame with me, and they would tell me that I'll be an official Irishman for tomorrow also. So it's a pretty interesting day tomorrow. And then my birthday is this Saturday. I'll be 35 plus, which is a good thing, of course. So I hope and know wherever you are right now, you're making today, March 16, 2016, a spectacular day. We have a great guest lineup for you. We have an amazing man plus his team. They're with us today, so I'll tell you about that. I want to remind you to please join me on Facebook, of course, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Right now, we have over 13,000, I think, 500 on YouTube as subscribers. Our goal, of course, is 1.5 million. Is going to happen. You know, last year at this time, we were at like 300, I think, or 400. So, you know, we've had over 2 million views right now on YouTube, which is really fantastic. So the goal of our show, of course, is to empower you, to educate you, and to bring you leaders of the community who really remind us that we can maximize our lives by the strategies that we take to make our lives great. Meaning we have to be mindful of the choices that we make. Because every choice, there is a good consequence and a not so good consequence. So all consequences are due to the choices that you make. With that said, I want to tell you about a gentleman we have on the show today. His name is Coach Burrell Lee III. He's an amazing man who's doing a lot in the community to make a difference. He is someone who is taking the minds of young people and molding them into great people. He's reminding them that they have to be careful about the choices that they make, be mindful about the friends that they make, be mindful about the foods that they eat, be mindful about their activity level, and how to be scholastically superior, as well as to be fit and be competitive with basketball. So I want to really give a big round of applause to, he has been named the Western Conference Coach of the Year. He's also been named the Coach of the Year, actually. He's been a part of many CFI teams that have been champions, especially 2013. You know, and CFI stands for California Interscholastic Federation. And they're the governing body of all sports and high schools, private and public, in California. So he's been a part of many of those championships in basketball as well as football. So I want to just give a big welcome to Coach Burrell Lee III. Thanks for being here, young man.
Thanks for having us, Dr. Levi.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a great show. You have so much to offer here. Before I talk about Frog All-Stars, I want to know about you. You know, I want to know about your life here in Los Angeles. How long have you been here? What was your life like growing up as a kid?
I think I'll probably get in trouble from my mom if I tell that. But, I mean, I was born and raised in Compton.
Yes.
And I was moved around for school, graduated from Antelope Valley High School.
Yes.
And then did a year at Antelope Valley College, and then found my love with basketball.
Yes.
And got a job with the Sparks in the WNBA and Don't Laugh as the mascot.
It's still fantastic. You were part of the team.
I was part of the team.
Absolutely.
And from there, it just carried on to the ABA, the American Basketball Association, as an equipment manager. And I got to meet and coach with Scott Brooks, who was formerly of the Oklahoma Thunder, Paul Westhead, who's the only guy who has a WNBA and NBA championship.
That's fantastic.
As a head coach.
Yes.
Worked with countless players and everything, and a lot who are friends today. And then from there, moved on to high school. Got a start at Taft High School as an assistant, where we had Jordan Farmar, who went to UCLA and the Lakers. Spencer Dinwiddie, currently with the Pistons.
Yes.
Bryce Jones, who's currently with the Pelicans.
You also work with DeAndre Daniels, too.
DeAndre Daniels, who's a national champion at UConn.
Absolutely.
Whereas one of our former players, Daniel Hamilton, is currently at, and was just named the MVP of the American Conference.
You just success all around you.
Yeah. And so then after a tour at St. John Bosco for 3 years, I moved on, was asked to help with the program, the Frogs, and here we are now.
Well, tell me about the Frogs, too, you know, because that name is very interesting to me. You know, it's the Frog All-Star. So how did that come about with you and the game? Because the game is this really formidable, and I should say formidable, artist. And so how did you go from being coach to being connected to the game to make this happen?
Well, the game grew up around the corner from me in Compton.
Yes.
And we connected playing basketball. I was coaching minor leagues, and he was playing. And then we have sons the same age.
Yes.
So he started the program, and then a week later, I contacted him. My son wants to play.
Of course.
And then he was like, can you help run the program?
Right.
And then about from May 2014 to August 2014, he was right there by my side doing everything that we needed to do. We traveled, this and that. Then music called him again.
Yes.
So he's been doing his music. He dropped 2 albums, a mixtape, and then he just did his album, Documentary 2.
He's a great artist.
Great artist.
Right.
And the album, everybody's just fire.
It's the game. Who doesn't love the game, man? Come on.
He gave us our stepping stone to start it, and he promoted it, got it going, and turned it over to me, and now I'm running it. And actually, the Frog name is kind of when people ask what does it stand for, it stands for nothing. It's
Really?
A friend of his that he grew up with, and he was a guy that was in the gang, and he was murdered in Compton.
Was he really?
And his name was Frog. They called him Frog. So in memory of him, he went to his dad and asked him, could he start a program since he loved basketball?
Right.
And he has, at his house, he has a court with his name on it.
Really?
Right at the center court. So that was a real good friend of his. And so we took the name and we've been running with it. The kids we're very successful. Our 7th grade team of the kids that's here now, they are now the number 1 team in Southern California at 7th grade, but also the number 2 team on the West Coast. And that includes all the Western states.
That's fantastic.
And that's hard. That's hard to do with as many teams as it is.
Absolutely. And so you actually travel with the team also?
Yes, we just got back from Portland. We did 4 or 5 days in Portland. We played in a big national tournament where we succeeded. What some people say, not my parents or myself. We think that we underachieved because we didn't win the championship, but we went 6-0 and then lost to a team who's actually the number 1 team on the West Coast. But we beat a lot of teams ahead of us.
That's
and
fantastic.
Actually, they went in there and they just played more games than usual in one day and just did some amazing stuff.
That's great. Well, part of their greatness, though, is because you are really focused on making them not only great athletes, but great men.
Yeah, our thing is we're not basketball. Right. I teach the boys brotherhood, family, and my son, he's an only boy. He has 3 sisters, and then 2 cousins that are female that he's always around.
Right.
So, these are his brothers, and they all love it. And
it's fantastic.
It's not just, we practice and we leave. No, the kids, they're at each other's houses on the weekends.
They truly are. You really institute a sense of a family and community.
Yes. And it's not just with the boys. The families also, the parents, they have family extensions where mom is mom, dad is, some of them don't have it. Right. So it kind of helps out with the 2-parent houses, the 1-parent houses. But then the kids they gravitate to each other.
Right.
We do outings. We have a Knott's Berry Farm trip coming up. We did Magic Mountain last year where like 25 of the boys went with us.
It's fantastic.
So it's not just basketball.
Right.
And I didn't send you guys the photos. I think I sent you the photo when we flew to Portland. We didn't fly like most teams where, daddy and mom and son go. We flew as a whole program. 40 people went with us. Together on one flight.
That's
same
family.
Hotel and everything.
That's fantastic.
And all the kids were geared up in their sweatsuits. We had a package sent to us from Nike. A good friend at Nike sent all the boys backpacks.
That's fantastic.
So they've really been doing some stuff. We just got because of our Portland trip. We just got a sponsorship from Body Armor sports drink.
That's awesome.
So they're supplying us with like 30 cases a month for the boys to drink. So every penny saved on Gatorade now it goes to Body Armor.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
It's great what we're doing right now.
Well, what you're doing is so wonderful because you're really teaching leadership as well as what it is to be a man. Being a man is not simply the title or the age. It's what you do in a community to make a difference. It's about advocacy. It's about knowing that being a man is a big title, not just a word. You have to take that and do something with it.
Well, not only that, also I feel myself, my assistant Jamal, we father figures to him also.
Yes, you are.
It's funny that I bring that up because yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of my father passing. And
sorry to hear that.
Kind of dropped some stuff on Facebook about, the stuff that he taught me and he didn't teach me. But it's I hear the word cycle and in our community and everyone doing the same cycle, what their father did, this. And I said, no, you can change all that.
Yes, you can.
And my cousins and my aunt once said it that, you guys are great men and what you guys are doing with your kids.
Right.
And my girlfriend says that, B, your son, that's not your son, that's your best friend. This dude is with me
All the time.
All the time. No matter where I go, whether he's DJing a party.
Right.
For a certain friend.
Right.
Or he's he's just there with me.
Right.
So I mean, I think that he's going to become I'm not going to say in this basketball as a player, I think that he's destined to be a big time general manager, owner of a team.
It's fantastic.
I think his calling is going to be that because he knows everything that I know,
right? And
he's learning everything that I know, like not on the fly. He's like there studying.
Yes.
So I mean, he plays, but I think his calling is going to be in the front office somewhere where he's going to, But as far as the kids, I mean, no attitudes. They just play the game. They don't whine. They don't cry. They don't go off on referees. They just play. It's a different type
and they play with respect and with camaraderie.
Yes. This is a program where I've never seen kids yell at each other, want to fight each other.
Right. And why do you think that is? What do you think you've done to maybe make that paradigmatic shift where they're not, on the court at each other's back, and hating each other or saying one thing on the court and then backstabbing each other? What do you think has caused that inner strength in the community to raise a team up like this where there is such truth and integrity and authenticity, where they really like each other?
Well, I think it starts at home.
I agree.
All of our parents, we don't have the parents that are in the crowd, bad-mouthing me,
or fighting each other.
I mean, we have parents, they want to eat together. We have a kid that lives up north.
Yes.
And we have a family down here that opens up their home to them sometimes to stay there. So
really?
It's more of a, it starts at home.
Right.
And they're just so much, they rather play together. We had in Portland, here's a story. In Portland, a father and I had an argument.
Yes.
And it got heated.
Yes.
And it got loud.
Yes.
And when we got back to the hotel, the dad came to me and said, do you know what one of the kids just came to me and said? Are the adults okay?
Really?
Yeah.
Very powerful.
That right there is like, it's like, you know what? We went to the room, we talked, everything was good, but it's the kids. They make us better.
Right, and they are watching.
They're watching.
Because we really set an example and they see you doing the wrong thing. Well, when they start doing the wrong thing, why be surprised?
Yes.
It's really great, Coach. I appreciate you being here today with the team, but more importantly, that you're really making a difference in the community. Not just by talk, your actions prove that you are involved. And it shows that Frog All-Stars, it's about a community. It takes a village to raise one. And you guys are together it's really fantastic.
I mean, from one mom to the next, to one dad to the next. I mean, even parents that's not in the same household, they're connected to the program.
Yes.
Where it's not just, I got to go see my kid play. No, they're cheering on every kid in the program. Wow. They know all the kids' names. The kids know all the parents' names. They all know each other. So that's great. We just know that when we go eat,
yes.
If my son is missing in the car, he's with somebody else. If that parent is missing somebody, there's not even a phone call. We get to the restaurant, they all know all the kids are going to be there.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. And what about your assistant coach? Tell me about him also.
My assistant coach, his name is Jamal Lewis. Right. His son is here.
Shout out to Jamal. Good work, dude. Keep it up.
Jamal came to us, and the funny thing is when we had tryouts in 2014, his son was there, and then we're doing like roll on the different teams. I'm like, Lamont Lewis. Nobody can find him. This is when we were 12-year-olds.
Yes.
And so like a couple of weeks passed, and like this Lamont Lewis not here. We find out he's playing with the 14-year-olds.
Oh, really?
So I kind of dragged dad and talked to dad and mom into letting them play with the 13-year-olds. Then I talked him into playing with us. And he, dad, and they found a home. And
really?
He fits in perfectly. Lamaj right now is currently ranked number 6 on the West Coast in the class of 2021.
That's fantastic.
And he kind of just moved up, and he took it all with, that's not me. My team comes first, and so that was great.
Do it. Yes.
So, but his dad is great as far as with our training, practices, warm-ups. I don't have anything to worry about when we get to the gym. He got the kids on the court. He's doing this. He's doing that.
It's done.
He was before we went to Portland, he was sick. Showed up to practice, and so 110%. And on the back end of that, he's raising a great kid.
That's great.
So.
And what about this, Coach? How do you encourage your team to not only be physically fit, but to be scholastically fit, to do well in school? What are the guidelines for them to play with Frog and to also maintain their grades academically?
Well, one, physically don't look like me.
So, stop it, Coach. No.
Don't look like Coach.
Stop it, Coach.
You won't be able to play long if you look like me.
Stop it, Coach.
You can't eat and drink what I do. I mean, It's the truth. Coach got a can of Coke at every game. You drinking Gatorade. Why is not good for me?
Coach, don't do it, man.
Yeah, they can't look like me. That's number one.
Stop it, Coach.
Yes.
So you encourage them.
I encourage them not to look, you know.
Don't do it, man.
Even though my girlfriend loves it and everything, but as far as their grades, that's why the 3 are here today. Any other kids could have came. Right. That's the best part.
Right.
Any of the kids could have came. They all maintain a high GPA.
All of them.
All of them. We have one kid, Bradley Luna, who I call him the glue of the team.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, and true story, Coach comes to me after the game. He goes, Coach, I told my kids, when the white boy get the ball, that's who we going after because he's the only white kid on the team. Bradley is like the man.
Is he really?
Bradley is like he's the hardest worker on the team.
Fantastic.
When it comes to just energy.
Right.
He's right now like a 4.3 student in the 7th grade.
Wow, that's fantastic.
He's carrying, and he plays football, basketball, and so he plays on a couple other teams in middle school. And so then the 3 that's here today, my son and Lamage, they go to public school.
Yes.
And then the dad of Peyton last night told me that, we're allowing him to go because he can miss a day because he's carrying high grades, almost a 4.0 in a private school.
That's fantastic.
So the kids, they maintain grades. When we first started, we did have the problem where a few kids in the program, parents took them out for a month. But once you take them away from the basketball game and the kids and their friends, their grades turn around great.
That's
quick.
Fantastic. That's really good.
So we do believe in, grades, this and that. We had tryouts last night. We told the kids about their grades. I have a copy of all the kids' report cards when they come out. And so we just make sure that everybody's doing their thing.
And everybody has to be at a certain standard.
Everybody has to be at a certain standard because when you get to high school, I feel if we don't do our job here, when we get to high school, it's like we failed them.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, they all carry a high standard.
And it's so important to really prioritize scholastics. Education is so important. It really is.
Yes, I want my son to go to school for free.
Right.
If you don't do it, I told him, if you don't do it in the classroom now, you're going to be at home with me when it comes to college because I'm not paying for it.
Right.
No, but they all have big goals.
Right.
They all have big goals, whether it's, if you look at our website, and
it's a great website. I've looked at it.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to get a shout out to my man, Curtis Boyer, who's the coach of our second 13-year-old team. Well, not second. They're the 13 green.
Yes.
And he helps me design the website. He does all the work on the website. And I think he spends more time on the website doing things than he does with everything else. He calls me, Coach, you like this? You like this?
Right.
And, hey, whatever you want to do, run with it.
It looks great. And I really want to remind all our listeners also that Frog All-Stars, like any organization, they would benefit from donations. So, of course, I'm asking you personally to give of your time, your talent, your treasure. I want to let you guys know I'll be giving you $1,000 donation, to help out also. I'll be doing that today.
Well, that'll be great because I kind of put my foot in my mouth a couple of weeks ago when we were at the airport in Portland.
Yes.
One of my parents found tickets for us to go to New Orleans. And so we're going to New Orleans for Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, fantastic.
It was going to be hard for the parents to go coming from that. And
of course.
So what we did was we asked every parent to put in $50.
Great.
They all put in their deposit $50. Each kid had a $100 voucher from the airlines because of the delay they gave us.
Yes.
And on top of that, I told the parents that I'll pick up the last $250 per kid.
Yes.
So we have a tournament coming up April 2nd and 3rd at Cerritos College that we're hosting, and all the funds from that will go to help pay for our vans, our trip, and all that.
Fantastic.
So your donation is great.
I'll give you $1,000, and I hope it helps out. Buddy.
Yes, it will, sir.
I want to also introduce the team. We have the great players here from Frog All-Stars. So we have Lamage, we have Peyton, and we also have Jalen. So tell them about this, guys. What is the program like for you all? Jalen, what is it like for you?
It's good.
Do you love being a part of it?
Yes.
What is it like having your dad as the coach?
Good.
Is it really good?
Yes.
Does he ride you harder than everybody else?
Yes.
I bet he does. Now, what position do you play?
Shooting and small forward.
Fantastic. How was the trip to Portland for you? Was that like a great experience?
Yes.
How many people went on the trip total? The whole team went?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Lamage, tell me about yourself now, because you're doing really great things with the team. How well are you doing in school?
I do really good in school. My parents are very hard on me.
Yes.
To get the best grades I can, because if I don't, they'll not have me play on a weekend or not go to a big tournament. So I have to stay good in school.
Fantastic. Now, what about the workouts? What are the workouts like for the Frog All-Stars? Do you guys work out twice a week, 3 times a week?
We work out once a week on Thursdays, but this week we had practice yesterday. We had practice today, and then practice tomorrow, and then on Friday. Tuesday, yesterday, and Friday we have frog tryouts.
Yes.
And then on Thursday, that's our regular practice, and then we just go through our routine, warm-ups, and then we'll have individual workouts and then team workouts, and then at the end we might scrimmage.
Fantastic. Do you think being a part of the Frog All-Stars makes you a better young man?
It's made me a better person. It helped me better understand how you could turn your friends into family.
Yes.
And how basketball brings everybody together.
It's fantastic. Well, what about yourself, Peyton? What position do you play?
I play shooting guard for the Frogs and sometimes point guard.
How long have you been a part of the program?
For a year when Game was back with the team.
Fantastic. Do you really enjoy being a part of this community?
Yes, I really enjoy it, especially since my coach Burrell, he's never hard on any of the players. He just tells us to get it back or to keep trying.
Well, I'm sure he's very proud of all you guys. I mean, Peyton, Lamont, Jalen, I just want to thank you all for being with us. And I just know that you guys are going to do great things in the community. I believe that. And remember, above all, as you become more and more mature and as you grow, remember always give back to the community. Be an advocate. Always be honest. And always do the right thing, even when no one is looking. Remember that. Do the right thing when no one is looking. Because your reputation, your integrity is all you have. When you don't have your word or no one believes you, you have nothing. Even if you have a lot of money, if your word has lost its integrity, you have nothing. And you guys are so fortunate to have a coach like Burrell Lee III here, who's really about being a mentor. He's about teaching you leadership, about teaching you to be the best possible men that you can be, how to optimize your life. And you do that with service, by being fit, being healthy, being honest, but always give back to the community. Always be an advocate. Don't just go up and never look back. Always reach back and pull people up. That's always important, all right? So thank you guys for being here. You're doing a great job, Coach Lee. That's all I can tell you.
But I think Peyton kind of, I'm like, I'm not going to get mad at you because I think he got a ton dropped on him the last tournament.
Yes.
I believe. And, every kid is different. So you talk to each kid in a different manner. Like my son, I can yell at him. A couple other kids I can yell at.
Right.
Then some kids you talk to on the side, one-on-one.
Right.
But I think Peyton got it bad this last tournament.
Yes.
Where he actually had to sit and watch us come from behind and win a game. And it kind of turned his whole weekend around because the next game he just went crazy because he not only went off on me and then he said some stuff to Dad.
Yes.
And whoa. So before you go back in, you got to go apologize to Dad. Went apologize
Absolutely.
to Dad. And then guess what? Didn't go back in.
Of course not.
Of
course not.
But it's all life lessons,
Right.
learning.
Right.
But if I don't catch it now, if Dad don't catch it now, it's going to get worse by the time he gets older.
Oh,
and there's
yeah.
people watching.
Oh, absolutely.
There's people watching. I tell the kids all the time, they're watching your body language, this and that. But I'm never mad at the
And they're watching
kids.
their attitude,
Yeah,
too.
and the attitude.
Their attitude toward you and your attitude toward them, they're watching.
And the only bad attitude I get from them, honestly, is I could be doing good. And Coach takes me out the game. So I take them out the game and I walk by. Good job. Put my hand up.
Right.
They walk right by. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, come back.
Yeah, don't get mad at me.
No,
I'm just
exactly.
taking you out. We're a team.
Right. We're a team.
But
Everybody has to play.
other than that, it's never any disrespect, never no
Right.
talk back.
Right.
It's always, and the thing is, I believe in them as players.
Right.
And whatever they see on the court, they can change it. And it's a few guys I have in Peyton, Lamaj, the kid Bradley I told you about,
Yes.
and there's another kid, Mike Fisher, what we call him Mikey. He lives in Fresno, well, Tulare.
Yes.
Dad and Mom drives down all the time, when we have games to bring them down. And I would have to say that he's probably the best point guard in the state of California in
Really?
the 7th grade. Maybe on the West Coast. I haven't seen a kid that can handle the ball like him. And when he's away, Peyton does a great job of controlling the game and everything. So we have a nucleus of 4, and now we have a kid, Jaden Lundy. And I got to give a shout out to Jaden because Jaden's getting ready to get on a plane and go to New York and D.C. for a school trip.
Fantastic.
And so he won't be with us this weekend, but he's a big kid, like about 6'2", and he holds it down in the middle.
So he's like my height.
Yeah, and he's still learning and he's still growing.
Right.
And so those 5, and then I'm giving them all. I have a one who's been with us since day one, and we call his name is Lele. We call him Lele. His name is Elagion Russell.
Right.
His mom makes the commute from Palmdale to bring him.
That's a commute.
That brings him down. So he's one of our guys. Then there's Teo Thomas, who lives around the corner from me, and he's always there with us. He's my second son.
Great.
So he's with me every day. Dang, there seems like.
Right.
But tests and everything, so he had to be at school today.
Of course.
Plus, and then it was a shout out to the first two that hit me up. They get to go.
Right.
So
right.
mom
right.
and dad hit me up quick. Who I'm missing, you guys? Who I'm missing? Help me out. Shaheem Pram. Shaheem lives in Victorville.
Yes.
And Shaheem is not only a great basketball player, but he's probably one of the best football players in the 7th grade in Southern California. And everybody's on him already in high school in his area. Come on, guys, help me out. Help me out.
Who else?
Who I'm
guys,
missing?
else
Who I'm
on the
missing?
team? How many people on the team total?
10. Oh, Josh.
Josh.
Hey,
Josh
Josh,
Lee.
they remembered you, brother.
Josh Lee.
Right.
Josh is the LeBron of the team.
Oh, really?
He's about 6 foot, built like big. I mean,
Just big guy.
this big guy, shoulders, everything, and when he's there, it's a different frog.
Right.
So I just shout out to Josh.
Great,
Also, and then who? Oh, Scotty. Who? Scotty, who we just added last night.
Right. Fantastic.
He's another long, lanky, skinny kid.
Ready to
that's
play.
About 5'10" right now.
Oh, yeah. He'll be
So all
fine.
these kids are going to sprout up, this and that. But also, I can't leave out my main man. This dude is my right hand man. He's everywhere I've been since he was 12 years old. Wow. And it's my cousin Jason Brown. He's the coach of our 11-year-old team.
Fantastic.
And he spends just like all the other coaches spend their own money to travel.
Right.
And he's there he worked at Target forever, quit his job at Target, found another job so he can have his weekends off.
See, that shows you his commitment.
Yes.
When you hear stories like that, that reminds you that this is someone who is committed to the cause to make a difference in the community, to really help mold these young minds to be better, to be more focused, and to do the right thing in the community.
Yeah, and I believe our coaches are the only coaches around, and probably in his AAU, in his youth basketball, that don't make a dime off of this.
Wow.
Our guy, they put more money into it
Then they get back.
But the best part is to get a chance to see that kid go.
Right.
That one kid who doesn't have the dad that I go pick up on Friday, or that Kurt go picks up on Saturday, or Jason picks up for us. Those two, they don't have any kids.
Wow.
They don't have any kids. They do it for the love of the game.
Period.
For the boys. And people say, that's kind of odd. They don't have any kids on the team. You know what? They're coaches. They're men. They want to give back. They're mentors. Right. I love it.
It's fantastic. They're trying to make a difference.
They're trying to make a difference.
What about this, Coach Burrell? What do you do to check the ego? You have this team of all young men growing. Now you're the head honcho now, but they still they want to usurp your authority. What do you do to maintain their egos and to let them know who the coach is?
Don't have to. There's not one ego on the team. When they get together, there's not one kid better than the other.
Wow.
And this might sound bad to some people, but we have a group of 10 kids.
Right.
My son is the 12th man on the team.
Right.
But we only have a group of 10. So people be like, huh? But the thing is, when he's in the game, they pick him up, cheer him on, and all that stuff. And I use him as an example because he's the one who's still getting there.
Yes.
A couple of them have already got there, and they have a lot more to go, but they're there.
Right.
And I use him because they pick on him, but when it's game time, they're not gonna let anybody else pick on their teammate.
No, it's game time. It's a family.
It's a family. So there's no egos. The kids love supporting the other teams.
That's the way it should be.
So when the other frogs are playing, they're over there in their uniform, sitting on their bench, cheering them on, high-fiving them. So it's never, I'm better than you.
So it's never any divisiveness and no animosity.
No. The only thing is who got the better jokes of the day. They talk about each other and they all get it, but the thing is, it's never one kid better than the other.
Right.
And that wasn't taught by me. That was taught by their parents, and something that they just understand. That if I get down, I'll give you an example. It's actually on there's a video on my Instagram.
Yes.
And we were in Vegas last summer, and it was 20 seconds to go in the game. We were winning by 30 playing against a team from Texas.
Wow.
Coach calls a timeout, and I'm like, the game is over. So we come back, my son gets the ball, and he's holding it. Kid runs right out, he makes the pass. My son ends up in the stands.
Wow.
Now, dad mode kicks in. Now, do I go and confront the coach? What do? I walked over, shook his hand, pulled him close as I shook his hand as the game was over, and said, sir, you picked the right kid. Because any one of the other kids would have went crazy, and a couple of the kids actually held back from going to jump the kid. And that's just not what I've taught them, but just what they know that
defense mode.
It doesn't. It's not needed on the court.
Right.
Let your game do your talking. Let the
Exactly.
scoreboard do it.
Exactly.
And that right there showed me that these kids aren't only boys, but they're turning into young men.
Exactly.
And they're becoming,
Respectful men.
Yeah. And a couple of tears came out his eyes, but his boys was there to pick him up, pat him on his back.
Right.
We got the win. We good.
Exactly. And you get what, about 30 points.
Yeah, and we won by 30 points.
It was
we send them home. We move on.
Exactly. Move on. Goodbye. Deuces.
So as far as egos and teaching them this and that, they're learning on the fly. They understand it. They know that the coach is crazy. Coach is crazy. Coach will go off on the referee on another, in a heartbeat. But they don't have that. They don't have the green light for that.
Right.
They have the green light for any shot they want to take.
Exactly.
Lock up, play
Right.
defense. But coach is crazy.
It's
Coach
just great.
and Jamal, yeah, we have to calm each other down.
Right.
We have to keep each other in check. We don't have time to worry about them.
At
That's
all.
why they.
The great thing here, Coach, is that it's clear that your commitment to them is helping to change their lives, but more importantly, it's changing the consciousness of the community, where that people understand that being together as a community, you can do great things, and you're doing that.
Oh yes. And again, it goes back to the parents. I mean, I have the Lunas who opened up their home for a pre-meeting for Portland, and the kids had a pool party. And next thing you know, I'm driving home. Everybody left the house with no kids in the car. They had all the kids at their house.
Really?
One mom went and picked up toothbrushes for the kids.
Wow.
Mrs. Luna picked up, got all the kids to bring all their uniforms and all their stuff, and she put it in the washer. And we got there in the morning. There was food everywhere. She made breakfast for the boys.
Really?
And we were on our way to a tournament. So I mean, it's all the parents. I mean, Mrs. Watson and Mr. Watson on Friday nights they have a first Friday in Bixby Knolls that we go to their house. We all meet up, and then we go, and the kids just go by themselves, and we just hang out, eat, drink, talk, and it's just a time with no basketball. It's
Right.
just the parents hanging out, parents being parents. And we got the weekend. We got to give it to the kids.
The wonderful thing here is that it's not just the team members who like each other, but the parents actually enjoy each other's company.
And that's hard to see.
Very, very seldom. That
And me
happens.
coaching high school, I've seen a parent actually hold another kid back because she thought it was going to hurt her kid.
Really?
And she went to CIF and,
made a complaint.
some falsified information.
Oh.
And it kind of hurt that kid, missing 17 games, which hurt us as a team.
Right.
But that's the kind of stuff that parents do instead of just getting together
And doing the right
talk.
thing.
Yeah, if I got a problem, if I have a problem with you, cool. But our kids don't have a problem.
Yeah,
Let's learn
exactly.
from. Sometimes you can learn from the kids.
Oh, they teach us a lot.
They teach you a
'Cause
lot.
the great thing about kids, children, there are no filters. What they tell you is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
If they say you got a problem, you really got a problem.
Yeah,
There's no gray zone with them. I think adults learn to lie, learn to not be truthful. But young men, as they're growing, if you ask them something, they'll tell you the truth. If you come straight with them, they'll be straight with you.
I kind of got into not a debate, but my girlfriend, she loves to hear about the program and what we're going to do. So we had a conversation on the way here, and she was talking to me on the phone, and she was like, "Babe, did you get prepped?" I said, "Yeah." The producer called me, said some stuff, and then, "Did you tell the kids?" I said, "Yeah, I told the kids." Did you tell them what to say? Nah.
No.
Let the kids say what they want to say.
Exactly right.
But you know what they're saying? Kids say the darndest things. Oh, well.
Let them say
Let
it.
them say
Let
it.
them say it, exactly.
Let them say it because, you can tell pretty much when you've been told what to say and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Go ahead,
Right.
I know I'm a tirade.
No, but the great thing about this show is about authentic, organic conversation. We don't go through a script of, I'm going to ask you this, I'm going to just talk to you like we're having a conversation, because we want every show to bring about some type of healing in the community.
Mm-hmm.
We want people to get involved. We want them to donate to Frog All-Stars. We want them to know that this organization is one of truth and honesty, leadership and mentorship, and it makes a difference. And that these young men who are with you today, they will be the greater men of tomorrow.
I believe that.
I believe it also.
I told my son, I said, look, you got some great friends. And the kid I told you about, Spencer Dinwiddie, that plays for the Pistons.
Yes.
I picked him up every day for 3 years to take him to school.
Wow.
My son rode with him every day. And, as they went to school, and I said, look, you got friends. If you don't become that ball player, become that agent.
Absolutely.
Become that person that, help them out.
Become that owner.
Become that owner.
Right.
And then you get to draft your friends.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
and it goes not just for him, but for all the boys. And I
Yes.
told the boys one time, I said, we had a circle, and I said, look, after every loss, we learned something.
Right.
I said, look at this today. I said, we got all these kids here, and I started just pointing at kids. You never know. This one might be an Olympic gold medalist in track.
never
This
know.
one might be a baseball player. When you get to high school, you're going to try different things.
Right.
So, and the funny thing is, this one may be the NBA superstar. We never know.
You never know.
But the thing is, you guys got friends for life,
Right.
and just maintain that friendship. And
Yes.
and with social media today, they'll never lose each other.
Never. And friend, that word friend is a very profound word. My father used to always say, say, Levi, show me your friends and I'll tell you everything about yourself. Show me your friends and I'll tell you where you're going in life. I've always loved that because the power of that is true. The people we surround ourselves tell us about what we dream about, where we want to go, what we want to be a part of.
And I learned, and that's truth, because once I'm not gonna say drop some friends, but once I walked away from certain people,
Yes.
the program grew.
Of course.
I grew as a person
and as a man.
and
We
as a
grew
man,
as a man.
yes.
Right.
And then also a few friends that I have that I met because previous friends
Right.
got bigger and better relationships and friendships.
Of course. I think when we authentically come toward people and they do the same with us, it's a win-win for everybody. I want to ask the players here, Jamal, Peyton, and Lamont. Jalen, Lamont, and Peyton. Got it. So I want to ask you guys. Often we've had shows we talked about bullying. You guys are on a team, a great team with an amazing coach, an amazing staff who really believe in you all. What do you do when you're at school and you see someone who's being bullied? What do you do productively and proactively to make a difference when it's not happening to you? Because I know you wouldn't let it happen to you. You go through the right steps to stop it. But what do you guys do when you see it happening to other people? Lamont?
What I would do first is, if it's one of my close friends who are
Yes.
being bullied, I tell the bully to stop.
Yes.
And if he continues, at our school we have counselors.
Yes.
So I would go to tell the counselor, and then they'll come out. And then if it doesn't stop, if it's continuous,
Right.
they would pull the bully in and talk to him like, "Why are you doing it?"
And stop it. What about yourself, Jalen?
I would help tell the bully to stop too,
Yes.
and if he do stop, I'll pick my friend up and go tell the counselor.
Yes. That's where it should be. And Peyton, yourself?
Well, if I see one of my close friends getting bullied, I would step in and see what they're arguing about or why he's bullying or what the problem is.
Right.
And see if I can solve it with words. And if that doesn't help, I would go straight to the principal, because we don't have a counselor at our school. So
Yes.
I would go to the principal and tell her what's happening and kind of give her an insight on
What's going down?
what's going down.
Now I have a question for all three of you. What if it's not one of your close friends? What about just somebody that you see who's being bullied at school who's not a close friend? What about if you see someone at school who previously tried to bully you, now they're being bullied? What would you do? Lamont?
Well, if they're bullying me and now it's happening to them,
Yes.
I would be like, "Are you okay?" Because that's what you used to do to me. You don't like it when you're getting bullied, so
Right.
now you know how I feel when you're picking on me every day,
Absolutely.
calling me names. And then I'll just ask them, go to the counselor, tell her about your problem, and then she'll probably solve it with you and the bully together.
Absolutely. What about yourself, Jalen?
Well, I would pick the bully up, or the bully that was bullying me.
Yes, the one that bullied you but now
Yeah.
being bullied by someone else. What would you do?
I will go to the counselor and tell, and then because some counselors at my school, sometimes they don't do nothing about it.
Yes.
So I'll go and tell the bully to stop,
Exactly.
and then I'll pick the bully up.
That's the way to do it. What about yourself, Peyton?
Well, if I saw someone that had previously bullied me getting bullied,
Yeah.
I would personally go up to the person who was being bullied, and I'd be like, "I know it's rough because you did it to me, but
Exactly.
I would pick him up anyways because I know how it feels,
Right.
and I would pick him up and tell someone about it."
That's the way it goes. Well, Coach, you see what you're developing.
Yeah,
These
snitches.
are
Man,
Coach, please, man. Stop it, Coach. Just stop it, man.
we ain't gonna get nobody to play for us now.
Coach, stop it. Wait, jump. Oh, my God.
Snitches.
He goes, snitches. my God, Coach Burrell. Coach. Oh, man. Oh, do it. Well, as you can see on this show, there's no script. Oh, my God, Coach Burrell.
No.
Well, like I was going to say, you're developing great men in the community who have a voice of reason for everybody.
I see 3 police officers right there. Basketball career is over.
Wait a second. Oh, man, wait
It's
a
done.
second. I hit 3 snitches. Man, that was so funny. Oh, gosh. Coach.
I gotta ask them a question.
Yeah.
What game gonna think y'all going to tell him?
Right.
No, I mean I'm happy for him. I mean Jalen was actually bullied in elementary school.
Yes.
And he took it upon himself and he got tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to go confront the bully and his friends pulled him back.
Yes.
But he's been bullied before.
Right.
And the great thing is, he has a lot of friends now
Right.
where he's at school at. And I think it was just that time.
Right.
But it was a learning experience. He
Right.
learned and all that good stuff. But the good thing is I know that none of my boys will be, bullies or this and that.
And they won't participate. They won't participate by seeing it secondhand and just walking away. They're
they
gonna
actually
get involved.
Yeah. I think they have a lot of them have younger brothers or sisters.
Right.
So they're learning how to be protectors and all that good stuff.
Right.
It works.
The program that you've developed, it works.
Yes.
What you and the game have done, I just I feel real blessed and honored, one, that you're sharing your time with us today to tell us more about the program. Grateful to see these 3 great scholars and athletes here talking about what they do. But more importantly, listening to their responses, how you are crafting them to be really great individuals, good men.
They're learning.
Right.
They're learning. One parent actually said, this is actually a learning experience here today.
Right.
That you never know where you're going to go in life, and this can be a learning experience of your first actual interview.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
they're learning on the fly as they go. Yeah. Every day is a learning.
Every day is a learning experience. The key with any interview is just one thing: always be authentic. Be authentic and honest. People know that. If you try to not be that and do something different, people know they can smell BS like that. Just the truth. I was going to tell you all also about a basketball experience when I was in elementary school.
Don't laugh, y'all.
They're going to laugh about this.
They had peach baskets.
Right. Let me tell you, I was on the team and I was a forward, and I didn't play for the whole season. So our last game, we were leading 99-44. So I walked up to our coach. His name was Sanders, and we used to call him Coach Sanders. So I walked and say, "Coach," I said, "Sir, can I please play this game?" And I'll never forget his response. He looked at me and he said, "Levi, you play pretty well, but let us get to 150 and then we'll let you play."
Sounds familiar.
So let me tell you, we beat this team. I think the final score, I believe, was like 141-68 or something. It was like a blowout. I never played one game the whole season, and it was crazy. It was crazy.
And look what you're at now.
Well, yeah.
Put you in the right direction. Basketball was not your calling.
Not my call.
You were not.
I was not gonna be a player.
What was that song? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
Right. I wish frogs would have been around for me.
Hey. I mean, this is funny. Again, I got to pick on my son.
Yes.
But I look around when he gets in the game and
Jalen, right.
And he shoots the ball and the crowd goes crazy if he makes it. And I'm thinking it makes me feel like, do I got that special son?
Right.
Like everybody's like, and there's a going, oh, you hear the whole. It's like these people don't even know him.
Right. They're rooting for him.
Right. But it goes to saying that, he's down, but now he's starting to get it. He's, working, he's playing, trying to go harder.
That's all he can do.
That's all he can do.
Right.
But, the guys tease him,
yes.
And they're teasing him right now. When we said your story, he was trying to point at them like, no, that's you. But I mean, he gets in, he works. I mean, he tries, and the parents understand it, and it's never why you put him in the game.
There's no animosity.
It's never none of that.
Right.
Any of that. The kids, and then he sits by me. Dad, I'm ready. Dad, who's Dad?
You're coach.
Yeah, but it's still Dad. And then I heard what you said about Coach Sanders.
Oh yeah, Coach Sanders.
The funny thing is with my kids, I have I think like the new age and everything, and it's still people say it's not a respect. My kids call me Coach Burrell or Burrell.
Oh, that should.
And the reason being is I don't want to be an authority figure to them. I feel like for that hour we're playing,
right,
I'm your coach. But after that,
there's
and
more camaraderie. It's different.
And the funny thing is I have a circle of probably a few close friends. I'm not even going to say the number, probably 3 to 4.
Yes.
One of them in this room today.
Right.
And it's funny.
Right.
But the friends, like you said, the friends, and then when that person that's in the room,
yes,
had a Super Bowl party, I had a few of my players there.
Yes.
You wouldn't even have thought that they were kids.
Really?
She treats them just like they're one of us, and
they're just as respectful.
Respectful as that. Where my son was on the music DJing, had everybody dancing and all that stuff. So I mean, I gave her a shout out on my Facebook to thank her for inviting us to the show. But now that we're face to face, I thank you for this opportunity and everything. So Miss Janet,
right, Janet Rodriguez,
and it's just, I mean, it's a great thing that we're doing with these kids. I love it. It's
I love the fact that
I live it.
Right.
I wake up in the morning, drop him off, and my day goes strictly frogs.
That's fantastic. I just want to thank, Coach Burrell Lee III for being here with us today, as well as Lamage and Jalen and Peyton. The Frog All-Stars, started by the game and Coach Burrell Lee, is really about making a difference in the community. So I want to ask everyone to please go to their website. What is the website, Coach?
The website is frogallstars.basketball.com.
So please go to that website. Consider donating your time, your talent, your treasure. They appreciate you being a part. If you want to be a mentor to some of the team members, just being there. The experience there, I believe, with Coach Burrell Lee and the players will be educational and uplifting for you as well. It's not only what you're going to be giving them, but more importantly, what they're going to be giving back to you. It would be great, Coach. I just love the fact.
I mean, we had not only about 4 or 5 kids, but parents that never flew before and went to Portland.
Wow.
So that's their first time on a plane, first time in another state other than Vegas.
Right.
So, I mean, it's great.
It's great what you're doing. It's just fantastic.
It is fun.
And I want to remind everyone, too, that this summer we're going to be having a program that was an idea that I had about a year ago to do a camp, a heart-healthy camp, whereby we have individuals, families, and children of the community who will actually learn more about heart-healthy living, heart-healthy eating, how to choose vegetables and fruits, how to cook them well. And I'll be doing that this summer with one of the chefs from the American Heart Association, Chef Bryce. And he and I have come together now to hopefully take this idea that I have to make it a reality. Very similar to Frog All-Stars, to have an idea to make a difference in the community and to do something about it. So I'll remind everyone to join me on Facebook. Thanks for being YouTube subscribers. Please have everybody on the team, Jalen, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll be looking for you guys there, as well as Facebook. I want to thank Coach Burrell Lee III, an extraordinary man, a great leader who's making a difference. Excuse me. I also want to thank the game for being a part of this, because even though he's not here today, the spirit of what he's doing is making a difference in the community, and that's a fantastic thing. I want to thank Lamage, Jalen, and Peyton, of course, Coach Burrell Lee III for being here with us. Any closing thoughts, Coach Burrell Lee?
I'm not coming to that heart healthy camp.
We're going to get your players to come.
They can come. I'm not.
Absolutely. Well, you've heard it from the great Coach Burrell Lee and Frog All-Stars. Please go to their website, and I want to thank you for being a part of the show today. This is Dr. Levi. Remember, be kind to individuals, be honest, be giving, be loving, and remember, you only get what you're willing to give away. So be the best possible you. This is Dr. Levi. Have a great St. Patrick's Day. My birthday is March 19th. I'll be 35 plus. Look forward to communicate with you on Facebook. Have a great week. This is Dr. Levi. Bye.